Guys. We have a new Malazan cover drop, and if you thought I wasn't going to cover this on the channel, you don't know me very well. The cover and some more information for the forthcoming first book in the Witness trilogy has been released. The book we've known for a while is called The God Is Not Willing, but at least for me, I hadn't seen a publisher summary and definitely hadn't seen this cover, which is right here. Wow, this is gorgeous. Sometimes certain Malazan books have tended to go too far to like the minimalism side of things. Like, I'm not a huge fan of the Midnight Tides cover, or especially the Toll the Hounds cover, like that just like have single things. This has so much great detail and things happening in this area. I don't know who this is. My guess is maybe the Queen of Dreams is involved there, but I'm not 100%. That's probably the forests in northern Ganabakis, but I'm not sure. Is that a Teblor in there? And that's just a really huge woman. I'm now focusing in on that, and there might be some chains on her, which means maybe she's part of the House of Chains. It's just gorgeous. I love going back to this green palette, it's the same color palette as the Gardens of the Moon. The newest editions of Gardens of the Moon have, so this being a first tale and that being a first tale, I love that. I love at the bottom that it's keeping with that description that they have, like a Book of the Malazan, Book of the Fallen. This is a Tale of the Malazan, Book of the Fallen. This is a Tale of Witness. I love that. And for the first time, I found, as I said, a publisher's summary. So I'm just going to read that to you because normally I wouldn't do this, but I got so jazzed by this description that I thought you guys might know. This contains some slight spoilers for House of Chains. So if you haven't gotten to the fourth book in Malazan, maybe don't listen to this, but here we go. Many years have passed since 3 Teblor warriors brought carnage and chaos to the small lakeside settlement of Silver Lake. While the town has recovered, the legacy of that past horror remains, even if the Teblor tribes of the north no longer venture into the Southlands. One of those 3, Karsa Orlong, is now deemed to be a god, albeit an indifferent one. In truth, many new cults and religions have emerged across the Malazan world, including those who worship Kultain, the black-winged god, and, popular among the Empire's soldiery, followers of the cult of Iskar Jurak, guardian of the dead. A legion of Malazan Marines is on the march toward Silver Lake, responding to intelligence that indicates the tribes beyond the border are stirring. The Marines aren't quite sure what they're going to be facing, but while the Malazan military has evolved and these are not the Marines of old, one thing hasn't changed. They'll handle whatever comes at them, or die trying. Meanwhile, in the high mountains where dwell the tribes of the Teblor, a new war leader has risen. Scarred by the deeds of Karsa Orlong, he intends to confront his god, even if he has to cut a bloody path through the Malazan Empire to do it. Higher in the mountains, a new threat has emerged, and now the Teblor are running out of time. The long-feared invasion is about to begin, and this time it won't be 3 simple warriors. This time thousands are poised to flood the lands of the south, and in their way a single legion of Malazan Marines. It seems the past is about to revisit Silver Lake, and that is never a good thing. So, this description has me jazzed for so many ways. First off, it seems like a very focused story in a way that is very un-Malazan-like. This is a tension that is going on in a very particular part of the world. It's going to be like that beginning of House of Chains, it feels like. Maybe not one viewpoint, but in the sense of a very localized story, which I'm very, very excited about. I love the world building of post-Malazan, all these new religions and gods like Kultain rising up. When I heard The God Is Not Willing, I thought that was going to be a reference to potentially the crippled god or the Queen of Dreams or something else, but it seems, at least from that description, that might be a reference to Karsa himself, that he is considered a god. And an indifferent one, that word indifferent makes me wonder if it's connected to the indifferent god that is referenced in the Botchlin and Corball Broach short stories in the Cracked Pot Trail, Fiends of Nymeria. I don't think so, based on the description we have from the indifferent god, but it's interesting that that term is used again. I love that we're going to get Malazan Marines again, right? That's like the heart and soul of the main 10, and now we are going to get a whole new squad to fall in love with. And on the other side, so many interesting things. The Teb lore, like the beginning of House of Chains, it's amazing how much 3 fighters achieve, and then the idea that they are going to come down in their masses. And while we grow to love Karsa in the main story, like, he is a piece of shit at the beginning of House of Chains. So for everyone, all the Teb lore who are in that sort of barbarian mindset, if you want to say that, that's a loaded term for sure. But like the idea of them coming to pillage and rape with thousands of those warriors is terrifying. And then on top of that, the terrifying threat that is making that terrified threat come to the people. Like, what's happening in the mountains that is making the Teb lore be scared enough to go down and start messing with the children, as they have learned, is usually not a good idea. So all of that is fascinating, and to be poised around the Silver Lake area that features in the House of Chains storyline, I'm just so excited. I think this is going to be awesome. I think the picture in front is the threat, whatever it's going to be, that is going to scare the Teb lore. I just don't even know what that would be, to be honest, but I'm super, super pumped. Now let's talk details of the book itself. Right now, you can pre-order. It appears on Amazon down in the description. There's 2 different dates. It seems the UK edition is going to drop much earlier than the US edition. So I don't know the details of this, and all of this could shift. Obviously, it's been a crazy year printing-wise because of the coronavirus impact on publishing worldwide. But right now, the release date in the UK is July 1st, 2021. And in the US, so when I went to pre-order it on my Amazon account, it says the 9th of November, 2021. So that's a big spread. I don't know if that's going to come together in the middle. I don't have any sort of like sources or anything to figure out what that is. But we do also have a page count, which right now is set at 496 pages. So actually a pretty short book for Erikson. I'm just so excited about this series, this book. I will definitely be reaching out to try to get an arc and let you guys know what I think about this book. But yeah, The God Is Not Willing, coming soon. Love this cover art. Gorgeous. Let me know what you think of this cover art. Any like theories you have about what's going to happen. Like, this is the fun time where like we have an unreleased book and we as a community can just start, you know, making theories, figuring stuff out. I think it's going to be awesome. So let me in on that in the comments below. As always, first in, last out.